Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing a review of the Moonygreen Compostable Trash or Waste Bags, which are in this box right here. This is a product that I recently purchased because I'm in the process of trying to minimize the amount of plastic and waste that I produce on a regular basis to be more sustainable and eco-friendly. And so about a month ago, I was looking into replacing my traditional plastic bags with compostable bags. So I did a wide variety of searches on Amazon and narrowed it down to the Moonygreen bags based on the reviews and the general price. And so I've been using these over the past 2 weeks for replacement of my traditional trash bags in my kitchen trash, as well as over the past week for composting. And so what we'll do in this video is we'll discuss the general features of these bags, the packaging, kind of why you would choose this over other bags, and then I'll also discuss my experience with using them thus far. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing these, I'll leave links in the description below. Alright, so these are the Moonygreen Compostable Trash Bags. They're going to be 13-gallon bags that are really tailored towards kitchen size trash containers. I recently purchased these because I noticed that I still use plastic bags and it's very wasteful and harmful for the environment because they aren't biodegradable and they just produce waste in our oceans and things like that. And so I looked into compostable bags, narrowed it down to Moonygreen based on reviews and the price, and decided to purchase these. This is going to be their 50 count package, which is about $18 or 36 cents per count or bag. They also have a 100 count as well, which comes out to 33 cents per bag. What I'd recommend is probably starting with the smaller container to start, see if it works for your general use for trash and compost if you're using it for that purpose, and then if you like it, go for the larger one. But this is going to be 100% compostable. It's got all these certifications on it. The packaging isn't great for reading off of, but we'll go through this. But it's 13-gallon bags or 49.2 liters. It's extra thick, so 1.1 MILs, which I don't know what that stands for. It's going to be a 50 bag count. The size is overall 30 inches by 24 inches. And then there's all these certifications on it. I'm not familiar with all of them, but basically it's BPI compostable, okay to compost for home purposes. It's TUV Austria, I don't know what that means, and bags are certified compostable here for some other organization. And then the box is FSC certified for recycling, so all those kind of things are there. On the side here, you might not be able to read it, but really it actually shows a side-by-side comparison of plastic bags versus Moonygreen compostable. So the main thing with plastic bags and why you don't want to use that is plastic is not biodegradable. It takes about 1,000 years, as they say here, to break down. And when it does break down, it breaks down to the microplastics that still remain in the environment, get into our ecosystem, into our animals and wildlife, so it's not good for the environment. And very interestingly, if you check out their Moonygreen information on YouTube, but they actually have a really good explanation of this. But they do say that with the 1,000 years breakdown and everything, plastic didn't really come about till 1965. So thinking about our oceans having so much waste in it between a 50-year time period, it's really kind of like sad that we've destroyed our planet as much. So I feel like it's really important that all of us kind of transition to these products, which is why I'm highlighting it on my channel. But either way, basically it's emphasizing that compostable bags are better to replace plastic bags. It's a small change, but it really does make a big impact because you're not producing plastic and 1,000-year waste on a regular basis. So there's all these other explanations for it there. And then let's kind of just do a general sense of this, but it's certified for home and commercial composting. It says how to use. Our bags are for food waste. Don't use liquids in the bags. Always allow food waste to cool before putting it in the bag and avoid condensation. Place paper towels or newspaper in the bag or the container and change the Moonygreen bag every 1 to 2 days. So the big thing with compostable bags is they will break down. It's expected. The shelf life of this actual container, I don't know where it said it, but it's basically 8 months. So yeah, used within 8 months of purchase. And so it's really proven that these are compostable. They will break down. And so from my personal experience, I'll pull out this bag just to give you a sense and we'll discuss it. I used it for trash so far in my kitchen trash container. As far as that, where it's just trash, nothing compostable or like food waste products, it's worked very well for bringing everything together and using that and throwing it in your typical trash bin. I've had no issues there as far as the bag breaking, because it's a very thick bag. Even though it's like, you can tell it's clearly compostable, but it's a very thick bag. It pulls very easily, it doesn't tear, it doesn't rip, so it does work. It is a little bit on the smaller end, so this is the size, so 13 gallons. For my trash container in my kitchen, it is a little bit small, so you do have to use it more frequently, or replace it more frequently. The other drawback of this compared to like other trash bags that I've had is it does not have a tie at the top, or anything like that. So when you do get done with this, you do have to kind of tie it up in the traditional sense and tie it across the top, which it's a small price to pay. But they do have kind of more information on the bag. Let's see if it's any different. Not really, it's all the stuff we've mentioned. So for trash, I've had no issues. It's worked really well, hasn't torn, hasn't broken, anything like that. As far as compost though, the issue with compostable bags is if you put hot liquids or like coffee grinds, which I use regularly, or just liquid material in general, it will speed up the process of the bag composting and breaking down. And so for example, we used this for compost for this past week, had it in the kitchen, and by the end of the week it actually did break down where fluids were leaking, and we did have to double bag this. So that's a drawback and a plus in the same sense. And the drawback is you're at risk of having this leak and get all over the place. However, it does really prove that these bags are actually compostable, which is reassuring, because I did a lot of searching on Amazon, and there were products that promote compostable bags, and in the reviews people have messed with them, kind of tested them out, and they didn't actually compost and break down, which is basically like just almost fraudulent from that standpoint. But with the Moonygreen bags, you're really guaranteed that these are compostable. There's a lot of certification behind it. They will work for compost. You just have to be careful with liquids, anything hot or anything that promotes the bag from breaking down quicker. So that, just keep that in that sense, and use some sort of container from that standpoint. But for trash bags in general, it's worked really well from my standpoint, based on at least the past 2 weeks. So I'm really going to switch to these over the upcoming months and use these over time. It minimizes plastic waste, minimizes trash or plastic in the environment. So this is a good transition, and we'll just kind of see how they go moving forwards. But really, that's all I have for this video. It's really just reassuring you that this product is compostable as expected. It does work from a thickness standpoint as far as trash, and you just have to kind of be careful with it from composting, because it does actually break down as intended, which is better for which is what you expect for this this product. So thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, post them below. But for all those watching, really transition to something like this if you can, because it's better for the environment.